Hey y'all, for the record, this has got to be one of the most random shit I've ever done for the content. This is Breaking Adulthood with Dan, episode 1. Hi, I'm Denise, a 26-year-old Filipina that's breaking into the marketing industry. I graduated pre-med thinking that it's all I'll ever want to do in life. Then reality kind of hit me real hard when I started practicing my profession. I just realized how unrewarding it is to do my job compensation wise. I'm not gonna spin you a story of how it's not about the money, because it is. But when you're young, you think of spending your life one way. And then adversity kind of hits you like a ton of bricks. And you're just left there like, what do you mean I only get paid this much when I spent this much on university? I literally have a license to practice this, and you're paying me this much. What do you mean I have to allot 4 to 6 hours of my day to commute from home to the clinic? What do you mean I have to predict the surge of commuters in advance, so I have to wake up extra early so that I get to the clinic on time? What do you mean I have to wait 1 to 2 hours, even 3 hours sometimes, to get my turn on the UV ride to go home after a long, exhausting day? It got so exhausting for me, and that's the truth. Which is why I decided to let go of that dream and pursue another career. And lucky for me, shit panned out, and here I am. You guys kinda know my lore already. Bakit ko nga pa naisipan mag-record today? To be honest, today has got to be one of the shittiest days for me to even be thinking about recording a podcast episode. Because, one, I'm actually recovering from an asthma attack, so I'm coughing here and there. Please excuse the voice, the rasp, or even the uneven pitch that may happen while I'm recording. And number two, I just ordered a really bad coffee order. I ended up trying this aesthetic coffee brand that popped up here north of Manila, and it ended up tasting like shit. So overall, not really a good mood to start off with. But I figured, you know what? Fuck it, why not? I feel like this has a lot to do with my mini sad, kind of frustrated episode last night while I was hanging out with my boyfriend. I was kind of already moody because I've been sick, right? I started feeling like I was letting myself down because I was missing out on my usual daily routine. I haven't been to the gym in a week because of my flu. I haven't been eating properly. My nutrition was pretty meh, like nutrition wise. And I just don't have that bright spark that I usually have when I tackle my day. I'm usually excited to make the most out of my day because I get to practice the systems that I have in place to manage my day to day. But I guess being sick and not being able to do stuff the way I normally would is a valid reason to miss out on those few to-do lists. So yeah, last night I was just kind of I was out of it. I was so done. I was just like borderline even crying while I was playing a game because I was just hanging out with my boyfriend. I didn't know what to do. I was so bored. I didn't want to watch Netflix again because it was just pretty repetitive, even though there were like different shows that I could watch. I didn't want to do that. And then I couldn't go to the gym because I was sick, and I don't want to go around there spreading what I have because that's not responsible. And it was just like, I guess it was like midnight that time. I guess it was like 1 a.m. Philippine time. And I was just so sad because I couldn't do stuff. I don't have sunlight. I think of myself actually as a plant because I don't know why, but there's something about the sunlight when I see sun and like it's bright in the day. It just makes me happy. So there's none of that. And then yeah, I was just having a really shitty day, I guess. I was bound to have one because I haven't had any in a while. And I haven't been sick in a while. Which is crazy because whenever I get sick. Like bedridden, fuck am I dying kind of sick. So that's why I've been having a shitty week. So you know what? Might as well record this. Because you know, if I'm gonna have a shitty week, I'm gonna make something out of it. No? I don't know why that I always have that mentality. Like I have to always turn lemons to lemon juices. Like sometimes they're just bad lemons, like just let them go, bro. But I don't know, I'm determined to make something out of this, so this is why I'm recording. And also, if you don't know me, of course you don't know me, duh. I'm actually into playing games a lot. That's been my childhood healing therapy that I've acquired ever since the pandemic. Because growing up, I never really like played video games. I was never that kid. I was either the sporty kid that mothers usually enroll to classes like taekwondo or swimming lessons, or I was a student that's enrolled to like MTAPs. I don't know if you guys know that, but when I was like in grade school, we had this summer math camps. It's called MTAP. I forgot what it used to mean, but usually like the top 5 students of the class get sent there automatically for the summer, for like maybe 1 month out of the summer days that we have here in the Philippines. And we have to answer like math problems and get better with math problems with other like bonakid students out there. And it was so sad. I remember being so sad whenever I had to do that, because I would be like, it's so hot outside and it's so hot in this classroom and you're making me solve math problems. Like, that was crazy. So yeah, anyway, what was I talking about that anyway? So earlier I actually started just listening to Sabrina Carpenter. I know she's good because I like a lot of her songs. Actually, no, some of her songs. I'm not gonna even pretend to know like everything, because I feel like I only know like Espresso and then like Please Please, because that's her hit songs. But I tried listening to her Short and Sweet album because of the taste. Like her new song just dropped with Jenna Ortega, and I just checked, it has already 14 million plays already. Like, holy shit, that's crazy. And then I started playing the album and I was like, holy fuck, she's good. She's giving me like the vibes of you know how those 70s 80s music start. I don't know why. I probably don't even know like a reference that I could say, but she's giving me that vibe, like old good music. That's how I see her. Her voice is so good, by the way. And also, if you don't know, Espresso actually has 1 billion plays already. That's crazy. That really popped off. And I think I've mentioned it somehow to like one of my friends. It seems like Sabrina Carpenter have been doing music for a long while now, but it's only like recently that she popped off, kind of like Chaperone vibes. It's crazy how they've gone to be doing things for like 10 years or like 5 years or more, and they only get to reap the benefits of it like after that period of time. I guess it only comes to show that it's not a matter of how long have you been doing it. It's a matter of, oh, I've only been doing this for this amount of years, so I still have more time to learn. I think that's one of the things also that I've learned like growing up, because I used to be so anxious that, oh, I've only been doing this for like a year. But like right now, when you ask me, my mind shifts like, oh, I've only been doing this for a year. So there's like a switch in my mind right now, that whenever you ask me about how long someone's been doing something, if it's less than 5 years, oh, they have a long way to go to be learning something about what they're trying to learn. So actually, that's one of the things that I've learned a lot recently, like being more patient about time and using it to your advantage. Because I keep on seeing, like, you know how on Instagram, like your reels, whenever you're like doom scrolling or some shit, my algorithm, I guess, picked up on my likeness to self-help, business growth people, whatever, you know the vibes, like Layla Hermosi, Mark Cuban, Adam Grant, all those parang successful people in their industry, and like they give life advices and shit. And like, oh my god, my favorite one is Mel Robbins. If you guys don't know her, you should actually listen to her. She also has a podcast, and she also has an active social media posting on Instagram. She has the best posts ever. I always look forward to her content. So yeah, I've been following that kind of social media content a lot recently. I guess it has to do with age, right? Like pushing the late 20s, that's when you realize like shit, like I'm really getting old. Like, I have to start doing something out of my life. So yeah, I guess that's why. So anyway, yeah, I've been kind of learning to be patient with time instead of like getting anxious that, oh, I've been doing this for a year and this is the only thing that I have accomplished so far. Like, that I feel like that comes from a place of anxiety and anxiousness, whereas now I've been learning to think about it more like, oh, I have time. I've been doing this only for a year. I'll be learning a lot more in the next 2 to 3 years. And it's not easy. It's not easy, like, shifting your mindset from a place of anxiousness and scarcity to a place of abundance. Like, I don't even know how I changed my mindset from feeling I don't have enough time to, oh, I've only been doing this for a couple of times. I still have a long way to go kind of vibes. I guess it has a lot more to do with like actively practicing it and actively consciously thinking about it. Because you know what they say, the best teacher in life is experience. You're never gonna learn if you don't practice it and experience it. Bakit nga ba tayo napunta dito sa existential crisis part na to? So anyway, I just turned 26, actually, just last July. And I decided to throw an intimate dinner with friends. It was actually kind of fun. Although the restaurant that I booked, I probably would never go there again. Because, I mean, the portion of the food was kind of like sakto lang. I remember inviting like 14 people. And I rented out like a private section of the restaurant. Although we did max out on the suggested minimum number of people, which is only 12, which is why I guess the room that I rented was kind of like very packed and masikip. So I guess that's why it's kind of cramped. But yeah, so I did that. I did an intimate dinner because I've been seeing a lot of it like in my TikTok content, Instagram, and I was like, oh, I want to experience that. Because you know how when you celebrate your like birthdays, like 20s, oh my god, the number of inoms that you go to and like the bars, and I'm like, yep, I can't, I will physically die if you put me in that environment. And it was funny because I guess the reason why I feel like this is because I started out pretty young, and if you started out pretty young, like drinking, you give up by age 22 when people are just starting drinking and they're like, what the fuck, why aren't you drinking as much? This is our years. And I was like, no bitch, these are your years. My years have come 3 years before yours. So yeah, so anyway, we go to that intimate dinner. The food, I think the only thing that I liked about the food was their entrees was otap, but it was like deconstructed something. It was like a combination of different flavors. I never thought of thinking about otap like that. It was just like kind of savory, so I enjoyed that. And then after the otap, I think we had a salad, like the truffle lime salad, and it was pretty standard. Like, it's literally a bowl of lettuce, lemon juice, and a hint of truffle oil. I mean, the contrast was good, but like, I don't know. I guess I wish the vegetables were kind of like more shredded and made into bite-sized pieces, because they were literally slapping leaves of lettuce in that plate. So, you know, it's not really appetizing to do that, and you have to manually cut it, whatever. Maybe I'm just lazy, whatever. But I did grow up having a chef for that, so I guess it's valid. Anyway, we also had like a yakiniku steak. The yakiniku steak was actually really good. Like, it was medium rare and it melts in your mouth, bro. It was so good. That was one of the things that I liked about the dinner too. And then we also have truffle pasta. The truffle pasta was like, you know, truffle. Lasang lupa. But like the good kind, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how truffle is, like, it kind of tastes earthy. And then we also had like tiger prawn shrimps. And the tiger prawn shrimp, I feel like it was a little bit under, because the meat of the shrimp was still sticking to the shell. So I feel like it's a little bit under, and it has more of a chew to it. And I usually don't like prawns that way. Maybe it's just preference, but I don't know if they properly cooked it or what. But yeah, besides the steak and the OTAP. I feel like everything else a little bit lacked a little bit of seasoning, and that's saying a lot because I paid a shit ton of stupid money for that dinner. And it's not that I regret it because it's for the experience. And I guess next time I just have to like research more restaurants that do it better than the restaurant that I went to. But like, yeah, if only I had like the place to set it up, I would have done it all myself. If I had like a good place to be hosting the dinner, I would have done it myself. I feel like I would have done a good job. Plus the portions would have been, I mean, like the portions were okay, but it was like, like very petite, like it's giving manipes. And we're all kind of joking about how ganito ba kumain mayaman. It was just funny. You had a good night. And then we also tried your cocktails, and I don't know why. Oh my god. So okay, this is the good part. So when we tried their cocktails, I saw their menu, right? And I saw like the videos, their reels, their photos about how they make their cocktails. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be a proper woman. Like, I will be drinking cocktails. Like, I don't know what it is that I thought I was doing. But so I was with my other friend there, and we saw like a Negroni. And you know how that meme goes, like, what's your favorite drink? It's a Negroni. It's Pagliato with Prosecco in it. Obviously, they don't have the Spagliato or the Prosecco in it. So we just ordered a Negroni. And I don't have any idea what a Negroni is, okay? So going into that birthday dinner, the only thing that I know of, like cocktails-wise, is gin and tonic. And gin and tonic is either hit or miss, depending on the gin that you use, I guess. And if they froze the glass. That's the only proper drink that I know, okay? And besides that, it's either like the daiquiris or like the margaritas or Long Island ices, but they didn't offer that there, okay? So you know what? Let's try Negroni. Yeah. And I saw on the picture that it was on this like cutesy crystal like whiskey size glass, and I was like, oh my god, that's so proper and adult. So I was like, you know what? You want to split this with me? Because syempre, I wasn't sure if I would like it. So I was like, you know what? Phone a friend. I tapped my friend next to me and I was like, let's split this. And she was like very enthusiastic then because it was, like a Negroni. So, dumaan na yung drinks. Pagkadating ng drinks, we tried it. And it had like the orange citrusy, like dried peel at the top. And it looked so good. Tapos, when you tried it, putang ino. Sobrang tapang niya, B. So I was like, you know what? Maybe it's my fault. So, kinuha ko yung knife that I had. And I stirred it. Kasi baka hindi lang siya nahalo. Ganun. So I stirred it. I let it sit a while. Because the ice, maybe, baka, baka may matulong yung 0.1 ml. And you know what? It didn't do shit. It was still shit. It was so bad. And then I was looking at my friend. I was like, am I just a wuss? Or does this taste bad? And apparently, it did in fact tasted matapang. For both of us, So we went around, because my other friends also ordered drinks. So we went around, we tried each other's drink. So we passed our drink around. I feel like our drink, the Negroni one, was by far the worst. But one friend of mine, actually, that drinks a lot, liked it. So I guess it's just a matter of preference. And then I tried one of my good friends' gin and tonic. That was so tapang as well. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ang tatapang nila, B. Hindi ko alam if maybe it's because of the spirit that they use as well. I feel like it's international brand. It's not local. But yeah, I feel like the ratio that they did as well. So yeah, I wasn't used to that kind of cocktails. So we ended up like just doing minor sips and like we passed it around. And then I also tried one more drink from my friend. So he was the only reasonable person in the table to be asking the waiter, ano po yung bestseller nyo? Diba? Kasi syempre, you don't know the cocktail, you don't know the area, it's been your first time there. You're gonna ask the waiter, what's their bestseller? And he was the only reasonable person enough to ask that. So he was given like this pink drink. So we're all expecting strawberry, raspberry, ganon, cherry. And it ended up tasting like if you sprayed your mouth with Ambi Pure. It was flowery as fuck. It was crazy. But out of all the drinks that we had, his was the best. Because I guess he had that flowery note to his end. But yeah, imagine spraying your mouth with Ambi Pure. That's crazy. So yeah, it was a good night. We had like a good laugh and talks. It was actually the first night that I decided to mix friend groups. I know what all people say, like, oh, don't mix your friend groups. You're just gonna ruin everything for everyone, whatever, blah blah blah. So I was going in through that dinner, fully expecting that I will be breaking off friendships. I'm kidding. I'm not. I guess the reason why I was so confident is because they all have traits that are a little bit similar to each other. So it was like you can see something out of someone that's kind of within you. Ano daw? Pero like it's like they have a common characteristic na you can always like revert to for rapport when you're trying to talk to them. So it was good. It was good. Although I guess some people were kind of shy to like socialize because, you know, it's their first time meeting the other person, but it's like a given. But overall, it was kind of good because I got to see my best friend from high school. I haven't seen that bitch ever since like we graduated high school, and that's like 7 years ago already. 7 or 8 years ago. That's crazy. And then my best friend from Singapore flew back home so that she could celebrate with me. So that was actually a good thing. And then a lot of my close friends was able to go. So it was very heartwarming. Like I was very satisfied when we were at the dinner. We were just like making conversation. Everyone's trying to talk to one another. It was just nice. And I've never been the one to splurge when it comes to like birthday dinners because I don't know, I guess I just didn't have the means because growing up I wasn't really the most blessed person to have like a lot of money and have the resources to like have birthday parties to celebrate my birthdays. Actually, this is the first birthday that I was able to like do something for myself. Even my quote-unquote debut that you do for like Filipinos, I didn't do that. I didn't do any sweet 16s. And it was all just very intimate celebrations with family, which is why I guess I just really liked and loved the idea of doing this intimate birthday dinner. And I was just so happy that I got to do that for myself, for my friends, that I got to at least see them, chat with them for a bit, catch up, like how's life, because some of them I haven't been able to see for like 1, 2, 3 years. Some of them I do meet up with like regularly, but most of them, like, you know, life happens. So everyone has like to each their own, you know, schedules. And it's not always like this that we get to have a chill, sit down talk and enjoy each other's company. So I was very grateful actually that night. I was very emotional because I was just so happy I get to do that for myself at least once in a life, diba? Like spend that much for my friends and like people that are close to me and dear to me. Some people that I did invite weren't able to go. They were med students, so naturally priorities, it was okay. We just settled for catching up some other time. But yeah, I was just very happy that I got to do that, and it was just coming from a place of gratitude because if you asked me 2 to 3 years ago maybe if I could picture myself doing that, I would never, because I would have been like straightly thinking about the costs, how much that is going to set me back, and I'm just very grateful that I'm in a position to be able to do that. So yeah, it was very fun. So yun. And then, so what else is kind of happening in my life right now? So I started this. Let's see how consistent I will be with posting. But I've always wanted to do like content. And actually, I've been trying to be more intentional about posting content because I know I could do it. But you know how like life kind of happens and, you know, you get busy, work started to become a priority, and next thing you know, it's already been 3 months and you haven't been posting on that account. Felt just is. So anyway, yeah, I want to be more intentional about posting, and I feel like it's gonna be a lot of coffee table talks, so it's gonna be spontaneous. I guess I'll have talking points, but yeah, I'm just happy that I've gotten to do this, I guess, because I wasn't really expecting that I will have anything to talk about, because literally in front of me I have bullet points, and after those bullet points it was just up to me to like expound whatever it is that I wanted to talk about. And looking at the timer now, 27 minutes. It's actually good. Like, I was able to do what I was supposed to do. So this is a good start. I like it. And yeah, I guess that's it for me. Stick around for the next episode. Bye.